This Dvar Torah is dedicated by my dear friend Reb Kenny Pinsauer in honor of his birthday today. Hashem should be mavarichem with good health, nachas de kedusha, la'arichas yamim v'shanim. Chazal tell us in the beginning of Bereshis Rabbah, Parsha Aleph, Ois Aleph, Bizchus Bikurim Nivra Ha'olam. The world was created in the merit of Bikurim. Shenemar Bereshis Bar Elokim. Because of Reshis, the mitzvah of Bikurim, V'lakachta me Reshis kol peri ha'adama, Hashem created the world. My dear friend, Rav Moshe Bamberger, just published a brand new Sefer Ala Torah, Shiras Halevi. And I saw a beautiful insight in this week's Parsha, uncovering an important dimension of how Bikurim is literally the merit for which Hashem created the world, in combination, in the context of that which Rashi tells us in the beginning of Bereshis, that really the Torah should have began, HaChodesh Hazeh Lachem, the Torah is a book of mitzvahs, it should have began with the first mitzvah, but no, it begins with the creation of the world. Why? Kayach ma'asav higid la'amoy loseis lahem nachlas gayim. So that, if the nations of the world say, you stole our land, this is our land, you're occupiers, you're colonizers. No, we say God created the world, and He gives it to whoever He wants, and He takes it away from whoever He wants, and He gave it to us. It's interesting. Rashi says that if the nations of the world say to us, Listim atem, you conquer the land of the seven nations, we say, no, Hashem created the world, v'nosna la'asher yashar be'inav. Bertsoinoi nosna lahem, uvertsoinoi nitla mehem, v'nosna lanu. So Rashi is telling us that if they accuse us of stealing their land, we tell them, no, Hashem gave it to us. Well, is there a specific designated juncture that we're supposed to say this to them? When do we have this conversation? When is this conversation supposed to take place? When do we make this declaration? Is it just a general declaration? So, in the Sefer Shiras Halevi, he suggests that this is the role of the mitzvah of Bikurim. Because if you look in the opening of the parsha, the introduction of the parsha is, you'll come to Eretz Yisrael, Asher Hashem Alekecha Noisein Lecha Nachala L'Rishta. In other words, when you take Eretz Yisrael as your inheritance, so that means the introduction to Bikurim is the recognition that you have inherited Eretz Yisrael. This is part of Kayach Ma'asav Higid La'amoy Laseis Lahem Nachalas Goyim. We're saying that this is our nachala. The introduction to Bikurim is this: you came to the land, Asher Hashem Lekecha Noisein Lecha Nachala. The role of the mitzvah Bikurim, among other things, is after living on the land and cultivating the land and harvesting the land and enjoying the produce of the land, you go up to the Beis HaMikdash and you declare, this is the land that HaKadosh Baruch Hu took away from the nations of the world. Why? Because of their wickedness, Arami Oived Avi, because they were not deserving to remain there, Nismala Sa'asam, and He gave it to us. This is our nachala. Noisein Lecha Nachala Rishta. One small haisafa. Rashi points out that if the nations of the world say that you conquered our land, we say the whole world belongs to Hashem, Hu bara v'nasna la'asher yashvenav. He gave it to whoever He pleases. That's the emphasis of Higadeti hayoim kivasi el haaretz asher nishba Hashem la'aveseinu loses lanu. Emphasis on loses lanu. That's our job, to say not la mehem v'nasna lanu. So the Sefer Shiras Halevi beautifully identifies that the mitzvah of Bikurim is the designated juncture to address the Goyim when they say, Listim atem. So therefore, since Bereshis, since the Torah begins Bereshis in order to address the accusations of the Gentiles, so therefore, Bishvil Bikurim Nivra Olam, because the mitzvah of Bikurim is the designated mitzvah to address this accusation of the nations of the world. Wishing everyone bracha v'atzlacha.